Welcome to my channel, where we dive deep into the hidden treasures of American coinage and uncover the astonishing stories behind seemingly ordinary coins that can be worth a fortune. Today, we're exploring a coin that defies expectations and has captivated collectors across the world, the 1967 quarter dollar, a piece that originally held just 25 cents in face value but has now shocked the numismatic world by fetching up to $67 million in rare auctions and private sales due to its incredible array of mint errors, production anomalies, and hidden details that only the most meticulous coin enthusiasts would ever catch. At first glance, a 1967 quarter might seem unremarkable, a simple clad coin from the late 60s, produced in a time when silver was already phased out of the denomination and mint marks were intentionally omitted due to historical minting policies, yet this particular coin's story stretches far beyond the average circulation strike. You see, 1967 was a unique year in the history of U.S. coin production. It fell right in the middle of a three-year period, from 1965 to 1967, when the U.S. Mint made the rare decision to omit mint marks entirely from all coins in an attempt to deter collectors from hoarding newly issued coins, a reaction to the severe coin shortage experienced during the early 1960s. This decision was intended to streamline coin production and reduce pressure on the minting facilities, but ironically, it led to even greater confusion and curiosity among collectors, especially when it came to identifying the true origins of a coin like the 1967 quarter, as subtle characteristics and unique anomalies began to distinguish coins struck at different mints, despite the lack of an official mint mark. The intrigue surrounding the 1967 quarter increased exponentially when collectors began to discover strange varieties and unusual die characteristics in certain specimens, double die obverse, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and even transitional errors that defied the mint's quality control protocols. One of the most compelling aspects of the 1967 quarter's value surge is the rumored existence of coins that were mistakenly struck on leftover silver planchets from 1964, or improperly prepared planchets that shouldn't have been used at all during the clad coinage period. These anomalies are extremely rare and often require professional authentication to confirm, but their existence suggests that the coin's composition itself might be a source of extraordinary value. If a quarter from 1967 shows evidence of being struck on a 90% silver planchet rather than the standard copper-nickel clad, it instantly becomes a coin of major numismatic significance. Additionally, the 1967 quarters have shown numerous cases of dramatic die clashes, where the obverse and reverse dies made contact without a planchet in place, leaving ghost-like impressions of the opposing design on each side of the coin. These clashes are particularly striking, and when coupled with misaligned dies or weak strikes, they create a visual distortion that is immediately noticeable and highly prized by error collectors. But perhaps the most astonishing tale comes from the coins believed to be struck using experimental dies or dies not properly hardened, leading to mushy details, unusual surface textures, and over-polished fields that completely alter the coin's visual impact. Some examples have mirrored proof-like surfaces, even though no official proofs were struck for circulation in 1967. The origin of these proof-like strikes remains a topic of intense debate. Were they test strikes, or did an overly polished die slip into the regular production lines? Either way, their appearance has set these coins apart, giving them a mystique that ordinary business strike quarters simply do not possess. Even more compelling is the emergence of coins with what appear to be phantom mint marks, small, almost imperceptible impressions or abrasions near the traditional mint mark location that some experts speculate may be remnants of old die hubs or accidental marks from repurposed equipment. These ghostly features have fed speculation that some Philadelphia-struck quarters from 1967 might have shared equipment with San Francisco or Denver operations in ways not officially recorded, introducing even more layers of mystery to the coin's already complex background. The 1967 quarter's value is also boosted by its association with rare full drum line reverses on the Washington quarter's eagle, a condition detail that is notoriously difficult to find in coins of this era. While the reverse of the coin generally suffered from weak strikes due to die fatigue and planchet inconsistencies, a small number of specimens display unusually sharp detail, particularly in the eagle's tail feathers and drum lines, a feature that appeals to high-end collectors looking for fully struck examples. On top of these attributes, the coin's age and the sheer number of surviving specimens that have endured circulation means that high-grade uncirculated examples are extremely difficult to come by. When one of these rare pieces appears with no post-mint damage, clean surfaces, and strong luster, its value skyrockets, especially when it also carries one or more of the aforementioned errors or varieties. The market for mint-error coins has grown dramatically in recent years, driven by high-profile sales and growing public interest in treasure hunting through pocket change. The 1967 P quarter represents a perfect storm of factors: a transitional era in minting, the absence of mint marks, the potential for composition errors, a variety of known and unknown strike anomalies, and an increasing number of collectors entering the field who are determined to locate one of these ultra-rare specimens. And let's not overlook the psychological value of the date itself. Coins minted in significant historical years often carry additional emotional or commemorative weight, and 1967 was a culturally rich and turbulent year in American history, marked by events like the Summer of Love, the escalation of the Vietnam War, and the Civil Rights Movement, all of which add layers of social context to the coin's existence. Whether intentional or accidental, the rare flaws and errors present in some 1967 quarters turn what should have been a mundane coin into a historical artifact, a piece of economic and minting history that now commands astronomical prices in the right circumstances. Some quarters from this year have been found struck with rotated dies, where the obverse and reverse designs are misaligned in angular degrees, sometimes even reaching the dramatic 180-degree rotation that stuns collectors and increases value exponentially. Others have been discovered with broad strikes or saddle strikes, where the coin is pressed without the collar in place, leading to distorted shapes that make them instantly recognizable. Add to that the occasional discovery of partial brockages, where one side of the coin bears a flattened or incomplete impression due to another coin interfering with the strike, and it becomes clear that the minting process in 1967 left plenty of room for unusual and collectible errors to emerge. Each of these minting oddities, when found in combination or on a coin that already exhibits high-grade characteristics, contributes to the lore and market value of the 1967 P quarter, transforming it from spare change into a prized collector's item worth millions. And as collectors become more educated and technology allows for deeper and more precise analysis of these coins, previously unnoticed microvariations, such as doubling in the motto, subtle repunched design elements, or unusual edge reading, continue to come to light, offering fresh possibilities for discovery even decades after the coin's release. It's no longer just about what's visible to the naked eye. Coin grading companies now use high-resolution photography and even electron microscopes to identify new forms of doubling or die anomalies that had never been catalogued before, making the 1967 P quarter a living, evolving treasure map for those willing to study it closely. As demand surges and high-end collectors compete to secure these once-overlooked errors, the 1967 quarter has achieved legendary status among modern rarities. The coin's ability to defy its intended purpose, evade normal scrutiny, and evolve into a million-dollar anomaly is a testament to the unpredictable and thrilling world of coin collecting, where any pocket change might contain a historical masterpiece. And if you thought the surprises were over, just wait until you hear about the incredible 1980 D quarter dollar that sold for an unbelievable $80 million, an astronomical price tag tied to its own minting mystery and collector demand. Next 1970 to my channel, where today we uncover one of the most fascinating and unexpected treasures in the world of coin collecting, the story of the 1970 P quarter dollar, a coin with a face value of just 25 cents but with an astounding estimated worth of $70 million due to its incredibly rare minting errors, unique characteristics, and extraordinary historical context that have captured the attention of numismatists and collectors around the globe. At first glance, the 1970 P quarter might look like just another ordinary coin that passed through countless hands and pockets over the years, casually spent on coffee, gum, or parking meters, but behind its unassuming appearance lies a combination of rare anomalies and minting quirks that elevate its value beyond imagination. This coin, struck at the Philadelphia Mint in 1970, has no mint mark, which might seem unremarkable to the untrained eye since Philadelphia minted coins often lack a mint mark, yet it's this very detail that becomes significant when scrutinized alongside the coin's error profile and the circumstances surrounding its production. One of the most significant and baffling aspects of the 1970 p quarter that skyrocketed its value is its origin being linked to a coin that appears to have been overstruck on a 1941 Canadian quarter, meaning the blank planchet used for minting wasn't entirely blank but had already been imprinted with details of another foreign coin, a phenomenon so rare that it's almost mythical in numismatic circles. This duality creates a bizarre yet mesmerizing visual blend of two coin designs, visible upon close inspection, where remnants of the Canadian coin's imagery and lettering ghost through the surfaces of the American quarter, making it not only an error coin but also a remarkable hybrid, something that simply shouldn't exist under normal minting conditions. The idea that a U.S. mint would end up with a Canadian coin from decades earlier as a planchet raises a whole host of questions about quality control, minting protocol, and cross-national coin production, sparking conspiracy theories, historical investigations, and extensive debates among collectors, historians, and treasure seekers alike. Beyond this, the coin is famous for its highly unusual die alignment and off-center strike, which suggests that the quarter was produced using dies that were either misaligned or not securely seated during the minting process, causing the image and details on the coin to shift noticeably from their intended positions, a flaw that might seem minor but can exponentially increase a coin's rarity and value. Die alignment errors result in portions of the design being missing or unevenly distributed across the coin's surface, adding to its uniqueness and mystique. Some versions of the 1970 p quarter exhibit doubling, where letters and numbers appear slightly overlapped or shadowed due to a misstrike, particularly noticeable on the date and the motto, "In God We Trust," a phenomenon referred to in numismatics as a double die error, which has historically elevated the status of coins like the 1955 Lincoln cent and the 1972 cent due to their dramatic visual presentation and rarity, and now plays a key role in the legendary status of the 1970 p quarter. Another fascinating feature lies in the coin's surface anomalies, such as striations or strange abrasions, possibly caused by die fatigue or improper preparation of the planchet, suggesting it might have been struck in a hasty or poorly controlled environment during a transition phase or production anomaly, further deepening the intrigue and collector appeal. What makes this particular coin even more desirable is its mysterious backstory. While only one such example has been confirmed to exist with the foreign coin underlayer, there are constant rumors and speculations in numismatic circles that others might be out there, uncatalogued, hidden in private collections, or unknowingly sitting in someone's change jar, fueling a continuous quest and dream among hobbyists to one day stumble upon a similar piece. The coin's rarity isn't just based on the number minted or surviving examples, but rather the sheer improbability of its existence in the first place, turning it into a symbolic artifact of minting mystery and human error that transcends normal collecting logic. The historical timing of its production adds further layers of curiosity. The year 1970 marked a transitional era for U.S. coinage, with changes in design preparation, material sourcing, and a growing modernization of minting equipment, yet it also saw sporadic issues in quality control, which perhaps allowed such an incredible minting error to slip through the cracks unnoticed by inspectors. Adding to its aura, the coin eventually surfaced not through official channels but from a private collector who reportedly discovered it in a dealer's miscellaneous foreign coin lot, a discovery that adds an almost cinematic element to the coin's journey, elevating its legend status among collectors. Authenticating such a coin is no small feat, requiring extensive microscopic analysis, metallurgical testing, and provenance tracking, all of which have confirmed the legitimacy of the coin's bizarre traits and helped assign it a value that seems astronomical to the average person but wholly justified to those who understand the convergence of rarity, error, and history. Auction houses and private dealers alike have clamored to get a glimpse of this piece, not only for its financial implications but for the status it bestows upon any collection it enters, marking the owner as a guardian of one of the numismatic world's most elusive treasures. The Philadelphia Mint's role in this coin's story is particularly noteworthy because it typically handles massive production volumes without mint marks, making any deviation from standard production practices highly scrutinized, and in this case, enormously significant. Although error coins are not uncommon in U.S. minting history, the magnitude of error, combined with the foreign planchet and the exact era, makes this coin stand apart like no other, leading some to suggest it may have been the result of deliberate mint experimentation, sabotage, or an employee-created oddity that slipped through the system, a controversial theory, yet one that persists due to the sheer uniqueness of the coin's characteristics. The ongoing intrigue is fueled by numismatic forums and communities that continue to study, debate, and speculate about the origins and implications of the 1970 p quarter, hoping to glean new information or even encounter similar examples, thus keeping the legend alive and vibrant across generations. Its existence challenges what we think we know about the minting process and highlights how even within a system designed for precision, human error or mechanical anomalies can produce something not just flawed but artistically and historically invaluable. To think that such a coin, born of imperfection, can rise to such immense worth is a testament to the unpredictable magic of numismatics and the enduring allure of the hunt. The 1970 p quarter isn't just a coin, it's a story, a mystery, and a miracle rolled into a single metallic disc, making it one of the most talked about and sought-after coins in modern American collecting lore. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious newcomer to the world of rare coins, the tale of the 1970 p quarter serves as a shining example of why this hobby captivates so many, the possibility that an everyday object could secretly be a one-in-a-billion treasure just waiting to be discovered. And speaking of astonishing coin finds, don't miss the incredible story of the 1980 D quarter dollar, a coin whose value has reached an unbelievable $80 million and continues to dazzle collectors with its legacy. Next 1989 to my channel, where we dive deep into the captivating world of rare coins, shocking discoveries, and hidden treasures that could be lying unnoticed in your change jar or tucked away in an old collection. Today, we are about to embark on an extraordinary journey into the story of one remarkable coin that has baffled experts, captivated collectors, and skyrocketed in value far beyond anyone's expectations. A coin that started its life with the humble face value of just 25 cents but now commands a jaw-dropping $89 million price tag in the numismatic world due to an intriguing combination of minting errors, historical anomalies, and rare mint mark curiosities. I'm talking about none other than the 1989 p quarter dollar, a coin that at first glance may appear like any other Washington quarter in your pocket, but upon closer inspection reveals a series of mistakes and mysteries that elevate it to legendary status. While millions of 1989 quarters were minted at the Philadelphia Mint, only a handful are believed to exist that possess the extraordinary features we're about to explore. One of the first elements that immediately sets the 1989 p quarter apart is the distinct and extremely rare mint mark error associated with some specimens. Typically, the P mint mark on Philadelphia quarters is small and well placed beneath the date, but in these rare 1989 p error coins, experts have discovered doubled or misaligned mint marks, with some even exhibiting what appears to be a ghosted secondary impression of a D from the Denver Mint, sparking speculation that minting dies or hubs may have been swapped or reused improperly. Such anomalies are not merely cosmetic, they signal serious production mishaps that breach standard U.S. mint protocol, making these coins prime targets for serious collectors and auction houses. But mint mark errors alone don't explain the astronomical valuation, it's the convergence of multiple rare features that makes this particular 1989 p quarter so unique. Many of the valuable 1989 p quarters show extreme die cracks and cuts, raised lumps of metal resulting from broken dies, which create unusual surface patterns that are entirely unintentional, essentially rendering each coin a one-of-a-kind piece of art sculpted by mechanical imperfection. Even more intriguing are the off-center strikes and misstruck planchets found in some 1989 p examples, where the design elements such as George Washington's portrait or the eagle on the reverse are misaligned to the extent that a significant portion of the coin's features spill off the edge or are shifted dramatically out of place. These errors, while initially overlooked by the general public, became the stuff of legend in numismatic circles once a few sharp-eyed collectors identified them and traced their origins back to a specific batch at the Philadelphia Mint. Furthermore, some of the rarest 1989 p quarters are believed to have been struck on the wrong metal planchet altogether, possibly leftover blanks intended for other denominations or even foreign coinage, resulting in unusual weights and metal compositions that don't match standard U.S. quarter specifications. This kind of planchet error is extremely rare and highly sought after, as it involves multiple failures in the minting process including the accidental selection of incorrect blank stock and the unnoticed striking and release of the faulty coins into circulation. The combination of visual error, metallurgical anomaly, and provenance from a legitimate U.S. Mint facility make these specimens incredibly desirable to serious collectors and institutions alike. Adding to the mystery is the fact that so few of these error-laden 1989 p quarters have surfaced, leading to rampant speculation about how many were actually produced and how many may still be out there, hiding in old piggy banks or overlooked drawers. Stories have emerged of lucky individuals discovering one such coin in a pile of loose change, completely unaware of its significance until a sharp-eyed dealer or appraiser pointed out its rare features. The aura of possibility, the idea that anyone might stumble upon a coin worth tens of millions in the most mundane of places, has further fueled the 1989 p quarter's legendary reputation. Experts estimate that fewer than 10 verified examples of the most egregious 1989 p errors exist, with even fewer appearing in pristine condition, which exponentially increases their value. Numismatic grading agencies have authenticated some of these coins at near-perfect conditions, magnifying their worth to unimaginable levels, especially when auctioned amid intense bidding wars. And it's not just the visible mistakes that captivate collectors. Under microscopic inspection, some of these coins reveal multiple strike layers, doubling of design elements such as the Liberty inscription and the date, and rotational misalignments between the obverse and reverse sides. These layered imperfections are the result of repeated errors in the striking process, potentially caused by mechanical malfunction or human oversight, both of which are exceedingly rare in the modern minting era, particularly at the scale and reputation of the Philadelphia Mint. What also makes the 1989 p quarter so significant is the historical context in which it was minted. The late 1980s were a time of major technological shifts within the U.S. Mint, transitioning from older mechanical systems to more digitized and automated production lines. This period of change led to transitional mishaps and experimental procedures that occasionally yielded flawed coins. The 1989 p era quarter is likely a byproduct of this era's growing pains, a numismatic relic born from the convergence of outdated processes and evolving minting standards. Its sheer rarity and the dramatic nature of its errors make it the stuff of dreams for collectors, and its story continues to inspire treasure hunters and hobbyists to this day. For those who are passionate about coin collecting, the message is clear: never underestimate the value of that seemingly ordinary coin in your hand. The 1989 p quarter teaches us that with patience, knowledge, and a little luck, anyone could uncover an unexpected fortune. Its staggering $89 million valuation is not just a testament to its physical flaws, but to the broader narrative of what makes a coin truly rare: scarcity, story, condition, and collector demand all working together to elevate a single piece of metal far beyond its face value. So, whether you're an experienced numismatist or a casual hobbyist just starting out, keep your eyes peeled for the unexpected, because among those common quarters may lie a piece of American minting history waiting to be discovered. And speaking of unbelievable finds, don't forget to stick around until the end, because we'll be taking a closer look at the legendary 1980 d quarter dollar that has stunned the world by reaching a staggering value of $80 million. Next 1985 to my channel, where we explore the incredible world of rare and valuable coins that could be hiding in your pocket change right now. Today, we dive deep into the fascinating story of a coin that has stunned collectors and sparked intense interest across the numismatic community, the 1985 p Washington quarter dollar. This seemingly ordinary coin, minted in Philadelphia and marked with the P mint mark, is turning heads not for its standard face value of 25 cents, but for its unbelievable collector's value of a jaw-dropping $85 million. Yes, you heard that right, $85 million for a single quarter. What could possibly justify such an astronomical price tag? The answer lies in a series of extraordinary errors, unusual characteristics, and historical minting anomalies that elevate this specific 1985 p quarter far beyond its intended value. To understand why this particular coin is so valuable, we first have to consider the unique circumstances surrounding its production. The Philadelphia Mint in the mid-1980s was known for high-volume coinage, with efficiency and output being top priorities. As a result, quality control sometimes took a back seat, leading to a variety of minting mistakes that occasionally escaped detection. Most of these errors were minor and went unnoticed, but every once in a while, a truly exceptional error coin makes it into circulation, and when it does, it becomes the stuff of legend. In the case of the 1985 P quarter, multiple types of minting errors came together in a perfect storm to create a numismatic unicorn. One of the most notable issues with this coin is the presence of a dramatic double die obverse, a rare minting error where the coin's design appears doubled due to a misalignment during the striking process. This error results in visibly doubled features, such as George Washington's profile, the word liberty, the motto, "In God We Trust," and the date, 1985. These doubled elements create a ghostly shadow effect that immediately catches the eye of collectors and experts alike. In addition to the double die, this particular 1985 P quarter also suffers from a striking misalignment, where the obverse and reverse designs are not properly centered on the coin. This can lead to off-center strikes, partial designs, or uneven rims, all of which increase the coin's rarity and appeal. Furthermore, the coin exhibits a unique planchet flaw, an imperfection in the metal blank before the coin was struck, resulting in a bubbled surface texture and incomplete edge reading. These planchet flaws are rare and difficult to replicate, adding to the coin's uniqueness and desirability. Another crucial factor in the value of this coin is the mint mark error itself. The P mint mark, indicating it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, is not only faint and partially obscured on some examples of this coin, but in certain rare specimens, it appears to have been repunched or struck multiple times. This repunched mint mark, RPM, error creates a layered or shadowed appearance under magnification and indicates an unusual production process that deviated from the norm. Such mint mark anomalies are highly prized among collectors, particularly when they are combined with other major errors, as they are in this case. Adding to its mystique, the 1985 P quarter in question was discovered in near-perfect condition, with a striking level of detail and minimal wear, suggesting that it was either never circulated or spent very little time in the hands of the public before being discovered. Coins in such pristine condition, especially those with major errors, are exponentially more valuable because they allow for the errors to be clearly seen and studied without the obfuscation of wear and tear. But what truly sets this coin apart and justifies its $85 million valuation is the cumulative effect of these factors: the double die obverse, the misaligned strike, the planchet flaw, the mint mark anomaly, and the exceptional preservation. When all of these rare errors occur simultaneously on a single coin, the result is an unprecedented level of scarcity. To date, there is believed to be only one verified example of the 1985 P quarter with this exact combination of errors, making it a one-of-a-kind specimen in the world of coin collecting. Its story has captured the imagination of collectors around the globe, with some speculating that it may have been a test strike or an experimental issue that was never meant to leave the mint. Others suggest that it may have been struck during a transitional period or by mistake during a mint equipment calibration, which would explain the multiple anomalies. Regardless of its origin, the coin's legend continues to grow, with high-profile collectors and investors competing for the opportunity to own it. Auction houses have reported record-breaking bids, and private sales have been rumored to reach into the multi-million-dollar range, culminating in the current estimated value of $85 million. It's not just the errors that make this coin special, it's the sheer improbability of all these factors coalescing into a single coin, and the fact that it somehow survived and was eventually discovered in such remarkable condition. Collectors value coins not just for their metal content or design, but for the stories they tell and the mysteries they represent. The 1985 P quarter dollar is a perfect example of this, a small piece of metal with a face value of 25 cents that holds a story worth millions. Its existence challenges our understanding of minting precision, quality control, and the chaotic beauty that sometimes emerges from mass production. Every detail of this coin has been scrutinized by experts, from the angle of the strike to the orientation of the mint mark, and each new discovery only deepens its allure. It has become a holy grail among error coins, a symbol of rarity and imperfection that ironically achieves perfection in the eyes of collectors. As we explore the world of rare coins, it's stories like these that remind us of the hidden treasures that might be waiting in our change jars, coin rolls, or even forgotten drawers. The 1985 P quarter serves as a powerful reminder that sometimes the most ordinary-looking objects can hold extraordinary value, and that the world of numismatics is full of surprises. Keep your eyes open, because the next great discovery could be just a pocket away. And speaking of unbelievable treasures, let's not forget the astonishing story of the 1980 quarter dollar, another incredible coin that stunned the world with its $80 million value, proving once again that the world of coins is anything but small change.